You're on.
Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? We are WeCare because you matter and we care. So my name is Robert Cassio.
I'm Jan Hudson.
I'm Michael Steinle.
Alright, so TJX, we're here to tell you about the greatest upcoming daycare service today. With our expertise in our friendly and safe learning environment, parents will be ecstatic about TJX's newest addition. Did you know that parents are willing to spend a college tuition's worth of money on daycare? Just imagine what they could do with all the extra spending money using our complimentary service. In fact, when parents spend just $10 more shopping at a TJX location with our daycare, gross revenues at that store will increase by $1 million, and sometimes even more. So TJX, together let's turn that college tuition into TJX revenues.
So just to reiterate, we are a complimentary daycare service looking to create a more relaxed shopping experience for TJX customers and parents with children. We are going to start this service in one location in Brookline, just because we want to see how it is, and Brookline is a high-income, median-income area. We'll be open at the same time as the TJX store, but we will close 3 hours prior just to clean up and get the facility ready for the next day. One of the main concerns from parents was security, and we will to help this, we will do background checks on all employees. We will have one entrance and one exit just to keep track of who's coming in and who's going out. We will also, when a parent drops off their child, we will also take a copy of their driver's license and a phone number. We will also ask for an emergency contact just in case something comes up. And we will also have a waiver for liability reasons.
So this is a visual layout of a typical WeCare daycare center. As you can see, we're divided into 4 different play and educational areas. This will be a space of about 700 square feet, and all in all, this will be a loss of $214,000 in TJX revenue, but we will make up for that, as Lucas will explain in the financials.
Okay, so our value proposition to TJX stems from the fact that we're a free service, which draws in parents to our store to use our daycare, and it also results in them spending more time in our store. We also encourage a strong educational environment for the kids that we serve, which is beneficial for TJX to promote because it improves their image in the public eye. And kids are also very loyal customers, so them having a positive image of TJX from a young age encourages them to come back later on in life.
Okay, so for the consumer, to shoppers who value a stress-free shopping experience, WeCare is the kind of daycare service that allows parents to browse the store without distraction. That means we'll have complimentary service out to our TJX customers, providing them with a safe and learning environment for their children.
Okay, so the value that our company brings is that we're a unique and complementary daycare that focuses on strengthening the intellect and sociability of the kids that we serve to create a better future.
So our market analysis, we suspect that our total available market is around 229 million people, 21 plus in the US. That's the age that people are thinking about kids or are able to have kids. We narrow that down to 124 million parents in the US, and we narrow that down further to 66 million parents that would trust. We get that 66 million by our survey results, which 73% said yes or maybe, but we reduced the maybes to about getting around 50% of them just because of the issues we addressed. So that's around 53% of the serviceable available market, and our target market is around 100,000 parents in the Brookline and surrounding area. The daycare market is expected to grow from $339 billion to $520 billion by 2022, and the median salary or median income for people in Brookline is $115,000. So as again, our survey results said 73% marked yes or maybe, and those people who marked maybe or no could be swayed because concerns brought up were about security and trust, which we addressed earlier, and we're really targeting kids ages 1 to 10. All right, so our company, the really big thing we have is no time limit, educational activities, and no screen time, which is becoming a big issue now in the day and age with kids and technology being such a big factor in our lives. So no time limit. So IKEA, for example, offers 60 minutes of free playtime, but the average time spent in the store is around 2.5 hours. So it really limits the amount of time parents can shop without their kids. So parents are usually rushing or not really feeling relaxed because they got to go through the store faster than they would have if they didn't have those kids to worry about. Kroger, for example, they only can fit a maximum of 10 people, and they always have an issue with capacity. So parents aren't always allowed to have that. So we have about 15 to 20 kids at a time, which we think is sufficient for parents coming in.
Okay, so here are some quick facts about our financials. We have nearly $23,000 in startup costs. WeCare collects 20% of the yearly increase in TJX store revenue, while TJX takes the other 80%. We plan to hire 2 additional employees in the 3rd year. We plan to serve 15,000 parents and their children in the first 9 months. We'll be profitable in year 2 and pay our loans by the end of year 2. Slide. Okay, so here's a breakdown of our revenues here. The first row is the Brookline Store's revenue before the implementation of our company. Second row is with our company. Third row is the yearly increase between years. And the fourth row, is 20% of that yearly increase, which is going to be our revenue. The estimated increase in TJX's store revenue solely from our company, based on the additional time that parents will spend inside the store, in the first 9 months is estimated to be $270,000. Year 2, $450,000, and year 3, $630,000, which is a good total. Expenses. So first column here we have startup expenses, which is 3 months prior to opening. Second column is 9 months after opening, and then we have year 2 and year 3. Cost of lawyer is included in the wage expense for the purpose of simplification. Total operating and total expenses are at the bottom here. Here's a visual representation of our revenue versus expenses. Yellow is revenue, green is expenses. Numbers are in thousands here. We break even at this point here, which is first quarter of year 2. Okay, so here's our funding. We chose this based on funding our startup costs. 25% is our responsibility, 25% is responsibility of our friends and family, and then we're taking 50% of our startup costs as a bank loan. We end up taking 2 bank loans, one for around $12,000 right here, and then the second one is $2,000.
Alright, so now talk about our supply chain. So for our supplies, we want at minimum 2 distributors. So this is just a visual representation. This is a little more detailed here. So we made sure to have each distributor and the price. So how we're going to acquire supplies is by finding when our supply runs low. This is going to be through our system that we have. For the suppliers in general, we will take the best price, the time of arrival, and quality. That'll be the distinguishing factors. For processing, upon arrival, we have the system where we'll update the quantity of the supplies in our system, and when it runs low, we get more. And for the storage, like Jan had mentioned previously, on the diagram we showed with the visual layout, we have the storage area.
Now let's talk about marketing. As a startup firm, we will obviously need to do a lot of marketing in order to become known around the area. So to start off, we will start with Facebook ads, localized in the Boston area, which will cost us about $9,000 every year. And then for the first 3 months of our opening, since a lot of parents in the Brookline area commute to Boston in order to work, we would plan on putting a billboard ad on the main road. For the first opening 3 months, that will cost us about $12,000. And then we will also utilize the growing sector of online advertisements such as mommy bloggers for around $6,000 annually. Also, we will request TJX to promote our daycare center in its local stores, and with flyers and posters. That will cost us around $2,000. And finally, we will also do some email marketing for email accounts that are located in the Boston area. We will send about 800,000 emails a month. That will cost us about $5,000 annually. So all in all, we will be spending around $34,000 every year on marketing. Now, speaking of human resources, we are the 4 founders of WeCare. Robert is going to be our CEO, Michael is going to be our COO, and Lucas our CFO, and I will be the CMO. We all graduated from Northeastern and gained experience in different fields of work. Now, in terms of employees in the store, we will have 6 employees that will be working 2 shifts, 2 full-time managers that will survey for the employees. Everyone will earn a salary of $16 an hour, except the managers will be earning $18 an hour. And of course, our employees must meet all of our requirements, such as the background checks and the minimum high school diploma. By year 3, since we expect our stores to be busier, we will hire 2 more employees. And in our stores, we will promote a friendly and caring environment that focuses on customer satisfaction.
Alright, so just to recap, WeCare is a friendly and safe learning environment. Parents will use our complimentary service, and we have our credible, reputable employees. Parents are also willing to spend a college education's worth of money on daycare, which is important to realize, meaning parents will utilize our daycare when they shop, and they'll also be willing to spend more inside TJX stores. As a result, TJX sales and revenues will increase. Revenue sharing, through the power of revenue sharing, we'll only take 20% of the profits. TJX will take the 80%. And actually, in year 2, as was stated before, we have an estimated $450,000 in sales increase. Okay, so these are just works cited, and